Hi guys, what's up? وش رايكم? First episode of Ramadan. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. And today we had a special guest. It's the one and only Djihadilicious. I had so much fun talking to him. بالصح, I had a technical error. My dumbass forgot to set up my mic correctly. So the sound quality was kinda bad, but bear with me guys because you love me. يخي. It's coming after the intro.
Actually, I had a couple of notes. I'm sure I'm not gonna need them باسكو chaque fois ندير notes I don't use them. بصح شنو I'm kind of prepared right now.
I think it would be better if it was like spontaneous.
Yeah, it is spontaneous. The notes actually شغل واحد طوال يعني برك هكذا باش نتفكر des concepts شغل des topics tu vois.
Yeah,
هذا ما كان.
guideline هذاك المكان.
Exactly هكذا guidelines. باسكو I'm volatile. I'm a very volatile person. I never follow a structure. دايما ننسى روحي.
Yeah, it can be good sometimes بصح ساعات تلقى روحك like تخرج على the whole point اللي كنت حاب تحكي فيها.
Exactly. And guess what? I like that. I like doing that. Wallah, I enjoy that. When I do speeches, for example, I go all out. I do jokes. I just jump around. I don't like structures. So you know, I'm preparing a series of videos at Liamat that's going to be structured. It's going to be a challenge for me. And yeah, you do structured things.
Yeah.
And you can do that easily. It's hard.
No, I just like مش ندير like الخطوط الكبيرة to وش راني حابة ندير and then ماذا نخليها explode كما جاءت.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah, it's good. It's good that way. Are we recording? Are you recording?
Yeah, we are recording. أنا كنت راح نقول لك.
Okay, good.
Introduce yourself first. قلت لنا في صلب الموضوع direct.
Okay. I'm gonna introduce myself. It's in Darja English. It's a mix, yeah.
كما تحب.
Okay. Bon, my name is Jihad محمدي. I am a promoter of mental health, as well as I am an English teacher, which is like my career. So my expertise is dealing with people, basically. Like I teach children, and knowing how to deal with different different categories. Les catégories هذوك différentes à la société يبانوا بزاف في les enfants. And يبانوا في the genders تاني because the genders are very different to deal with when it comes to teaching it. But this is a very controversial thing to say. It's okay. It's normal.
You saying that women are dumb?
No, it's men who are dumb, actually. Yeah, it's the opposite. It's men who are dumb. Whom I struggle with them بزاف باسكو yeah. Men, I struggle with them to teach them. I struggle so hard because there is a type of ego happening. So you know, when I teach a woman, for example, she's receptive because ما كانش the ego happening between us. Tu vois?
Yeah.
It's something that I discovered. I've been teaching for about 3 years now. Which I discovered this. I'm like, yeah, okay. This is the way I deal with this. Okay, I got it. Tu vois? En plus, I've been studying, psychology. Not only psychology. Well, I started. So this is embarrassing. I'm gonna say something really embarrassing right now. Okay. So the way I started, like I got interested in psychology, was because I wanted to get a girlfriend It was in 2012. Yeah, I was 17 or 16, 17 back then. وبعد وشنو بديت I started teaching. دخلت الفورums تاع people ويتعلموا شغل how psychology works, how people work, how to be likable by people. تسمى كي بديت this process هذايا I didn't want to heal. I didn't care about my trauma. ما قلتش زعما دوك نبدا هكذايا باش to heal my trauma. No, just to get a girlfriend, and then it evolved. وحدها now I'm into healing. I'm like deep into the nervous system and all of these. It came alone.
Yeah.
And I believe that بزاف عباد في وقتنا دوكا وعلاش I liked the idea to do with you, because of course you're charismatic. I think you know that you're a charismatic speaker. Yeah, you are a charismatic speaker. You're like magnetic when you talk. You speak slowly and you have that behind it. That's never actually my father.
Okay.
Okay. قلت لهم don't bother me. They're coming to bother me. Anyways, so the idea is حبيت نعرف قبل ما نهضر على هاد العفسة. Est-ce you did a speech déjà? Est-ce you did public speaking?
No, never. I've never done that because I think I think I have a phobia. والله. So ما جاتنيش chance to do it. I wanted to do it, but ما زال I have an experience.
We all have a phobia.
We
all have a phobia.
And I did it once in high school. Like طلعت في الكلاس السنة and I had to speak in front of my class. I was so nervous. الهضرة راحت لي. من ثم زدت عاودتها. Honestly, yeah. But I want to try again.
It was like PTSD.
Yeah.
It was called PTSD. Yeah, okay, I get it. It's actually I can help you with that. Like if we talk privately, I can help you with. Until you study, what do? You do medicine, yeah?
Yeah.
Study medical science. Yeah, good. So I'm gonna explain to you. I'm gonna go to the nervous system and explain everything to you and give you tools. So, by the way, I'm not the one who brought them. I studied and I have mentors from the US who are teaching me this. And next up, I'm gonna be officially certified to become a healer in this field. I can show you about how I went through, public speaking. I'm not the best public speaker, by the way. I'm crazy. I just know how to control. So what I know how to do is not good public speaking. It's good stress management. That's it. That's all I can do. Yeah.
That's the thing. وانت كيف
those are
time did you have the problem of this public speaking phobia?
When is the first time? هذه la question ديالك.
Yeah.
The first time شوفي حابة نروح to childhood ولا شغل زعما in my conscious experience.
I don't know. كيف تحب تشرحها like the most logical way to you explain it to us?
Okay. صح. Bon, the first time I ever had it, I remember in childhood, I had my best friend, mon meilleur ami in primary school, whom I used to love بزاف. أنا ديجا ملي كنت صغير I was like the kind of person اللي يتبع بزاف, tu vois. So I was affected influenceable تمتم. تسمى واش صرا لي شافي طلعت فوق المصطبة, the fancy word يعني ما يتيزيتهاش. طلعت فوق المصطبة هكذايا ومن بعد نسيت واش واقيلا غنيت واقيلا أنشودة شوية الأناشيد.
Yeah.
This is where basically our traumas are from. هذوك الأناشيد. جوا ثم طلعت في المصطبة I started singing. ومن بعد my best friend هذاك يدير لي ha he started like mocking me. When as children حنايا we don't have the faculties نقولوا بلي he's just joking. I was like he's embarrassing me. Okay, so تما هذه the root when I did psychoanalysis and the shadow work هذاك واش لقيت. Après عندك فوسمو عندك عند واحد النهار أنا شافي في الليسي I literally insulted a teacher. Like I stood up and insulted her in the face. was in high school, first year. And then she left the room. After a week, she brought, you know, the responsibles, my parents. Yeah. وبعد وقفتني قدام لا كلاس كاع قالت لي قول لهم باللي انا جو سوي ديزولي وانا بهلول وانا it was like basically shaming. Tu vois. تسمى that's even more PTSD. بقول بلي انا بهلول. It was embarrassing. When I said it, en plus حنايا شحال كنا غاني شحال كنا 16 15 15 no one has compassion. No one knows about compassion. أكيد شايفة. They all started laughing and I was shamed for the whole year. Du coup من تما ما زدتش I didn't expose myself كاع. Après when I started to learn about how to get women, how to get to be likable and more sociable, والصرالي c'est que بديت نخرج برا بديت نهضر with random people. Literally كنت نروح par exemple الحاسبة ولا الألجي ولا السونتر كوميرسيال نريح نهضر avec n'importe qui. Just social interaction. Well, the first days it was cringy. It was the cringiest moments of my life. Because it was like techniques and it was robotic and it's crazy. Après أنا شافي in high school. When كي لحقت high school في high school. No. What am I talking about? في اسمه في امور الباك. كي جبت الباك ديالي في 2014 وش بديت ندير I started going to buses. وليت نروح لي بوس هنايا when I really triggered my trauma تاع public speaking. Tu vois. كنت نروح لي بوس ولا لي كوس نوقف ونقول لهم دي بلاك. I just say jokes, like stupid jokes. It was like an exercise to expose myself. So I was doing something to relieve myself from the stress هذا. Tu vois. So it was like a sort of training to the nervous system. التما when I really expose myself to the fear. تاع اوكي so هذا هو لو تروك اللي راني خايف منه. ومن بعد من تما كي بديت نسمع ماي لي جون اللي يعلموني هاد العفايس باغ اكزومبل ندخل يوتيوب نشوف لي كونفيرونس التما I had the need شغل حبيت نولي a public speaker ندير public speaking. ومن بعد وين vraiment I developed it c'était in the university التما I developed it. شغل I kept شغل نخرج من لازون دو شحال نقول لك لازون دو كوفرتور لازون دو كونفور ديالي كنت نخرج معها بالسيف tu vois. والتما شغل التما صح I was establishing myself for public speaking باسكو علاش لي كلاس في يونيفرسيتي يجوا كبار فيهم بزاف عباد. التما I felt I really dealt with it. والتما it was the real first fear اللي عاود خرج لي. باسكو كي تكوني in a classroom situation one mistake equals a lot of shame, you know.
Yeah, يبقى لك like the rest of the year.
Exactly, it's like a tattoo, you know.
Yeah,
like a tattoo basically for a year. حرقوس يشد لك عام. تسمى هاد العفسة هذه العفسة when I expose myself. I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, you did. بس like for the first time, like did you have an overwhelming feeling اللي بدا ينقص مع الوقت؟
Yeah. شوفي no. شوف the fear هذاك the anxiety هذيك تنقص بصح وشنو تريح. It will never go away. هذه العفسة اللي شغل I learned.
Yeah.
It will never من ذاك خطرات وكتش تروح لك هذيك لا سensation سي when you are in the zone. ما نعرف if you know the book تاع ميهاي Csikszentmihalyi واسمه Flow. By the way, this guy is not Chinese. He is he's Polish. اسمه ميهاي Csikszentmihalyi.
No, I don't know the book.
Yeah, the book is called Flow. He talks about how to get in the zone of creating, doing stuff, become present in the moment. ويهضر على واحد لو تروك على the hippocampus وعلى the frontal cortex. The frontal cortex is the cortex of creativity, of information and calculation. Yeah.
Yeah.
وhippocampus is the cortex, is of the part of the brain that memory.
Memory, yeah.
It stores memory. Yeah. When you go into flow, يتكتيفوا لك بين زوج، يخلوا تخدمي with the frontal cortex and the hippocampus. ويعيطوا لها hypofrontal لا hypofrontality. يعيطوا لها hypofrontality. Voilà. This is how they call it. Hypofrontality, they both work in synergy. So the calculation and the memory and the information ولا كاع واش تعلمتي كاع the skills, they flow in a very harmonious way with your conscious operations. فهمتي واش حبيت نقول؟
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah. I invite you to read that book, and everyone who's listening, because that book is interesting. And yeah, Anisha, the first time I did a public speaking, I'm official. I got invited to. I'm always afraid. The last time, Tani, I was afraid that my sigma, and I didn't really prepare a good topic. It wasn't like detailed because I didn't want to, so I didn't feel like it. So I was pretty scared the whole 2 days before that. So once you do it, you feel, oh, okay. You give proof to yourself.
Yeah,
it's like the
you
proof.
feel like it wasn't that much of a big deal.
Exactly. And weirdly enough, I don't know if you knew this about me, and I have social anxiety, and I still suffer from social anxiety till this day. And I am a public speaker who talks about mental health.
You are a very outgoing person, and you still have social anxiety.
Exactly. This is justement وعلاش أنا واحد الوقت I was faking this. So it's not good. I was faking it. I was faking that but I don't have social anxiety. ومن بعد I created this persona that, oh, okay, I'm outgoing, and it's mostly for people to like. And I'm saying this parce que je viens de réaliser بلي هضرت بزاف على روحي. تعرف شنو I'm saying this كان كاع اللي راهم يسمعوا كان نهضر على روحي relate this to yourselves باسكو علاش the more personal the wound is, the more universal it is. Because we all have the same archetypal and personal experience. We are in one consciousness. We all have the same pains. I'm sharing this about myself. And I guess, I don't know, Tia, how do you deal with social interactions? Are you cool with social interactions? Will you have social anxiety?
Well, when I was in high school, كنت like نخاف نحكي مع like strangers ولا but I don't know, I think مع الوقت when I started at first I started talking مع my friend's friends, okay? So كان some sort of connection. من بعد slowly I started extending this to people that I know less and less of. حتى نوصلت من point وين نقدر نحكي مع a total stranger, like walk straight up to him or to her ونحكي معه ونسقسيه without like being نحس روحي مخنوقة قبل ما ندير الفعل هذاك. But at first it was like that. je préfère نموت ندفن روحي وما نروحش نحكي مع واحد ما نعرفه. I swear to God.
Yeah, I get you.
I've never like tried to heal this or anything. جات وحدها with time, with experience.
With time.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. Okay. Yeah. Good.
You?
So it was like spontaneous for you. I'm 20. I'm almost 25.
Oh.
I am. The 11th of May. I'm gonna spend it in quarantine.
So
I don't care. I don't care about
my birthday.
Yeah. What's your birthday?
December 17th.
December 17th. What's that? Is that Scorpio? No.
No. Sagittarius.
Aquarius.
No, Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. Oh, okay. Yeah. I see.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you believe in astrology?
Not really, but the memes are funny.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'd say باسكو علاش astrology justement اليوم what I wanted to talk about, what I wanted to share, باسكو قلت لك في الاخر I want to share deep truths of the universe.
Yeah.
This is like I read this book. This book is like, let's say, this is controversial شو حنقول. Le livre هذا c'est comme ma bible personnelle, tu vois, it's like my personal bible. Le livre هذا اسمه The Kabbalion. كتبوه 3 personnes. Les 3 personnes هذو they didn't reveal their you know their identities. اسمه روحهم the 3 initiates. It's basically Kabbalion يهضر على knowledge. The first Egyptians, the first كاين بزاف عباد حسبت لهم بلي Egypt اسمها l'original c'est l'Égypte. No, اسمها l'original c'est Kemi, which is the root word of the word chemistry, because they are the ones who created chemistry. They, you know, même maquillage et tout, those were the Egyptians, yeah? Like
Okay, that's
I don't know, Nefertiti. Yeah, they did so much, you know. Basically, the calendar ديالهم وعلاش they believed in astrology باسكو علاش هما they explored astronomy بصح شنو they transcended it into astrology باسكو for example if you study astronomy, the transcendental, la transcendance تاع l'astronomie c'est l'astrologie. ولا par exemple تروحي تقراي religion ماشي religions or any religion, the transcendence of religion is Sufism, like the Sufi part of every religion. For example, the Jewish عندهم the Kabbalah, اسمهم Christians عندهم the White Knights, عندهم I think the Gaelic orders. Islam they have Sufism. Or these are branches that are transcendent, that they explore deeper truths.
Yeah.
And also, for example, نعطيلك these laws. منين جاو؟ The teachings هذوما were brought by a man, راجل. It was a bloke, yeah. كما نقولوا راجل normal, simple. بس شنو he had deeper knowledge. السيد هذا اسمه Hermes Trismegistus. ولا his divine name is Thoth in Egyptian. Hermes Trismegistus, he laid out the foundations of the universe. He explained the difference between rules and laws. Because for a rule, what is the difference between a rule and a law? Like the law of the universe or the rule of a state. The rule تقدر تتبدل. صح شنو؟ The law jamais تتبدل. غير كيما درت لايف مع رانيا بنكروفت قلت لها باللي imagine un bébé qui interagit avec la gravité, la loi de la gravité, the law of gravity. يروح يصوت انت اسكو la loi de la gravité تقول it's a baby. No, it's going to be smashed.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be crushed. Yeah. The law of gravity won't give 2 single turds flying in the air about that. So this is the idea that he brought. He brought really كاين laws of physics وكاين laws of metaphysics. So the Kabbalion, it explores metaphysics in a very scientific way. دوكا I'm going to relate this to mental health. دوك نهضر على his laws. كاين 7. There are 7 laws. And déjà the number itself reveals foundations. I'm not saying divine, parce que على بالي بلي there are people who are atheists and there are people who believe in God, and I respect all of them. And this is why I like to ground. نحب الانفورماسيون هذه نجيبها في المعقول، نجيبها يفهموها لي زاتي ويفهموها واسمهم لي ريليجيو لي سبيريتواليست ولي فيلوزوف كاع يفهموها. عندك لا بروميير لوا هما كاين 7. بون 7 وعلاش 7 باسكو كاين 7 جور في لا سيمين في كاع لي رول في كاع لي سبيريتواليتي عندهم 7 سي لو شيفر ديفان. It's a divine number. For example, in Islam we have 7 skies, and in Buddhism ولا in yogic traditions عندهم مش عندهم 7 chakras. Voilà, chakra. Wherever you go you can find 7. We have 7 colors of the universe, 7 musical notes, everything. You will. So it's like this is where Hermes Trismegistus, he touched on deeper truths because he says he explored the transcendent. Are you here?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, حسلي I was cut off. Yeah. اسكت ترى لي وين نهضر shit. I said all of this. ديجا دوكا I'm in a flow, by the way. I mean, كي نبدا نهضر when I start talking about these things, I get into a deep flow.
yeah,
So
that's like
I know.
نقاطعك like أفكارك راهي متسلسلة وأنا ما حبيتش نقاطعهم. So go on.
Okay, good. Yes. You can interrupt me and ask me a question. It's okay. This is a podcast. I don't want it to be only me talking. Okay, all right. So, the first law, la première loi, c'est la loi du mentalisme, the law of mentalism. The law of mentalism states, nothing exists in the physical before it exists in the metaphysical. By the way, as a side note, قبل ما نبدا نهضر إذا كش واحد إلى ما منتي يا وصال ولا كش واحد راهو يسمع doesn't accept these types of information, of pieces of information ويشوفوا بلي these are wacky ولا it's okay. باسكو علاش واش يقول لك the lips of wisdom are closed except to the ears of understanding. En français يقولوا les lèvres de la sagesse sont closes excepté aux oreilles de la compréhension ou bien de la raison, tu vois, parce que some stuff ما نقدروش نacceptewهم حتى our consciousness is open enough. And by saying consciousness, it's just the psyche. هذا ما كان psychology ديالنا. It opens up like a daffodil, tu vois. So
yeah.
The law.
I have a question. You said that these information were like scientific, but راهم like rules اللي يتعاملوا excuse me مع metaphysics الشيء اللي ما يخضعش للمنهج التجريبي. How are they scientific exactly?
Exactly. Bon, parce que la question ديالك شغل في الصواب جات في الصواب باسكو علاش تعرفين مارتن هايدغر سمع به؟
No. That.
Martin Heidegger, he wrote the book Introduction to Metaphysics. He's a philosopher. He was an Austrian philosopher, Autrichien. He said اللي حنايا as beings نفهموا العفايس deux façons. عندنا la première façon, like we go through the object. Par exemple, نحكموا par exemple un truc هكذايا, an element. We go through it, okay? We go through the thing. We try to think in an imagery. حكمي une image وديري شغل روحك كي تجوزي عليها. هذه la première chose. تفهميها when you go through it, à travers. ولا تقدري تفهمي العفسة autour. You go around the thing. تسمى هنا وش كاين the objective and the subjective. Parce que the subjective you go through. تدخلي في هذاك لو truc. So if you go around it, you're like you just have the big picture and you have a better view. But so it doesn't mean بلي les deux they are wrong. فهمتي؟
Yeah.
Parce que واحد إذا يجوز une expérience عيانة subjectivement يقول لك بلي I hate that. Okay, he hates that. So شنو أنا par exemple objectivement نشوف بلي okay, maybe it's not that bad. So شنو that doesn't mean بلي هو he's wrong saying that it was bad for him. Subjectively.
Yeah, I agree.
Exactly. So أنا دوك I'm gonna دوك على بالي هضرت شوية hocus pocus. So I'm gonna try to ground them as much as possible. ما على باليش اسكو نقدر نفهم بيان باسكو أنا قلت لك بلي أنا I'm a volatile person. So I'm gonna do my best. And it's gonna be quick. So to the seven laws.
Okay, go on.
So the first law, mentalism. يقول لك عفسه ما تقدرش تكزيستي في لو فيزيك قبل ما تكزيستي في لو ميتافيزيك. سي تو سامبلومون البنادم اللي يخدم لا بروميير شاز اللي يخدم الكرسي الاول قبل ما يخدم الكرسي ما راحش خدم ديريكت الكرسي الا ايماجيناه اتس ايماجينيشن. وش حاب يقول منتاليزم عفسه ما تقدرش تكزيستي في لا رياليتي نشوفوها حتى تكون اكزيستات في ليماجينار في العفايس اللي نيماجينيوهم. فهمتي شويه هنا الكونسيبت صح؟ باسكو كاين واحد لو ليفر اسمه لا فورمول دو ديو in English the formula of God. نسيت شكون كتبو باسكو سمعتو اوديو بوك يهضر على نيكولا تسلا. نيكولا تسلا واش كان يدير بيسيكلي شتي باغ اكزومبل زعما انا وياك نغمضوا عينينا ونسيو نيماجينيو ان مارتو نيماجينيو ان مارتو شغل ذا سيلويت شغل هذا ذا سيلندرز هذوك the axis تعرفوا شنو نيكولا تسلا هي كان يدير واحد الاكسرسايز باسكو علاش نيكولا تسلا he read the book he was informed about these deeper truths تاع the Kabbalion. واش كان يدير كان يماجيني لو مارتو هذاك يماجينيه بكاع لي ديتاي with the scratches with everything وهنس واش كان يدير he used to have a mental library. هذا العفسه this is an exercise that takes a lot of work mental energy. He literally imagined a library in his mind where he kept his information. And this is crazy when you think about it.
What do you mean by a library? Like a مكتبة العكتبات or something نظم فيها معلومات
Exactly. He used to go and bring the details. هو ماشي باغ اكزومبل يجبد كتاب ويقراها بالديتاي تعرفوا شنو it's a reminder. وحنا ثاني for example when we talk about trauma what is trauma for example انا كي نخرج نروح I have a discussion with someone sometimes I'm in overdrive ما نقدرش I'm stressed I can't communicate صح انت تجي ويصل you can communicate وعلاش باسكو in the law of mentalism ما راهوش يمشي in my favor باسكو I am imagining bad stuff happening hence I am creating in the physical reality that situation, that fear.
Okay, so you want to say إذا واحد managed to imagine a good situation of an event راح تصرى صح.
Exactly. باسكو علاش؟ and this is دوك ندخلك to a scientific way. كاين واحد العفسه يعيطولها in the brain يعيطولو the reticular activation system. سمعتي به ديجا؟
The reticular.
Yeah, it's basically a mechanism تاعنا تاع les humains where we put our focus. شتي باغ اكزومبل كي تنوضي الصباح تقولي بلي this is a shitty day. You go out, you only see shit. من الاخر. You're like focusing on bad stuff. هاد العفسه صارت لك ولا لا؟
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. This is وهاد العفسه is tied with the law of mentalism. باسكو صح وش حبيتي نقول لك؟ شتي the imagery for example أنا I have a trauma towards something. The imagery اللي راهي تجيني it comes from my unconscious mind. It's like an image that is from the trauma from the past. For example أنا لو كان زعما شفت بنادم ولا une certaine catégorie تاع بنادم حقرني كي كنت صغير I develop a trauma. كي نعاود نتلاقى مع la même personne في la même catégorie حيجو the mind the unconscious حيبدا يبعث لي des images من le passé ديالي بلي this type of person is dangerous. ومن بعد شنو my body will react with heartbeat and, anxiety or shut down. Tu vois?
Why most of us have daddy issues because all of us had abusive dads at some point.
Exactly, which is ingrained in the Algerian culture.
Exactly.
They're abusive.
Yeah.
Whether it's
I don't think Algerian من having daddy issues.
Yeah. I actually realized this last year. Well, damn, most Algerian girls have daddy issues.
And then myself, I diagnosed myself with that daddy issues, and I'm still struggling with them till this day.
Really?
Yeah.
They show up in your relationship or daily life?
Both, actually, both. More pronounced to the man.
Okay. Well, don't think that there is no healing for this. there is a lot of, you can do a lot of stuff. For example, I had problems with my parents, you know, and one way I dealt with this is by connecting with them, which is the most difficult thing I've ever done. وهذه it's a different discussion. Maybe نقدر نديروا another podcast نهضروا عليها.
Okay.
And
I would love to talk about that. Because
yeah, please.
What would you think would be the best way from a situation like قدرت مثلا in case of your parents, would you like confront them وتقعد تحكي معهم وتحاول تلحقوا كما يقولوا أرضية مشتركة, or just pack your things and leave, like ignore the problem for healing?
For healing.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. All right. So Sigmund Freud came. He said, in order to become independent, you need to divorce the mother and kill the father. But then, because he was kind of, you know, Freud was crazy because he went off the limits. Yeah, he said it. هو قالها حرفي قالها شغل خبز بلا فرم جديرة. قال لهم kill the father and divorce the mother, especially with the Oedipus complex. So شنو جا كارل يونغ؟ أنا بيها ما يتفهم شو معك. Yeah, Carl Jung he's the one who brought the idea of archetypes, especially العباد اللي يتبعوا بزاف Jordan Peterson يهضر عليه بزاف Jung.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's قال لهم Freud, he came, he said, in order to become independent, you have to divorce the mother and kill the father. فقالها هو هكذا كبرك. قالها شغل بلا ما فهم بيان. Après جا Carl Jung, who was his disciple, he explained it even further. قال لهم, yes, you should do that. But you can do that symbolically. You don't have to become the enemy of your parents. In fact, you never want to become the enemy of your parents. You never want to be their enemy, because so much healing can occur from them, because they can show you what they did in the first place. You can know with what to work with, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very difficult. And Freud came a misconception about Freud. لي جون حسبت لهم كي يهضروا لي جون على فرويد يقولوا لي بلي he was crazy and just that. Yes, he was crazy. بصح وشنو his ideas and theories, c'est comme si par exemple نقولوا راكي مريحه في الغابه and you need to chop some wood. ياك.
Yeah.
What do you need? You need an axe. بصح وشنو فرويد جا لك قال لك have an axe. I have عندي شغل حديده مريه شويه تقدر تقطع بها الحطب بصح تطول. Tu vois, his ideas عاونونا, we know what's okay. We start from that and then we go deeper. So بزاف عباد حسبت لهم قال لك بلي Freud relates everything to sexuality. Well, my friend, everything is related to sexuality, whether you like it or not. Everything. You can hear me, yeah? Yeah. Okay, so فهمت the law of mentalism. J'espère فهمته bien.
Yeah.
حبيت نسامبليفيها. Good. In the second law هذايا أنا كي تروحي البايو, my Instagram bio, أنا كاتب as above, so below, as within, so without. هذه c'est la première loi, la première phrase اللي تلقايها في لا طابل ديمرود. طاولة بالعربية طاولة النمرود.
Yeah.
ولا yeah, in English they call it the Emerald tablet. مكتوبة. وشنو؟
What is that?
The Emerald tablet is the last artifact left from the alchemists, les alchimistes الأولين of Egypt.
Okay.
Yeah, مكتوب je pense إلا مانيش غلط هنا, je pense مكتوب بالقبطية in Coptic, ولا in ancient Egyptian.
Okay.
It must be one of these three languages. صح. By the way, the Aramaic, the Aramaic is like basically the language of Jesus Christ, or the language that Syrians and you know, most, so to say, Arab countries right now speak.
Yeah.
They used to speak الأرامية. Voilà, yes.
Yeah.
By the way in الأرامية كيفاش كانوا يقولوا زعما my wife كانوا يقولوا مرتي. Okay, so the Algerian word marti comes from the old Christians who lived in North
Really?
Africa. Yeah.
That's
Marti. Yeah, that's crazy, yeah?
Yeah, it is.
Crazy. When I discovered it, I was like, damn, man. Yeah, and this is funny. زعما a beautiful man, زعما a handsome man in Aramaic, they say gayo. I was like, what the fuck? Gayo. Maybe that's the origin
Yeah,
of the word.
yeah,
Yeah, maybe. Because because that language is the origin of a lot. For example, there's كان حرف في الآرامية هما أولف بيث جيمل دالث etc. كان واحد الحرف اسمه هي. Hey is basically the origin of salutation تاع كاع the world. Hey is the origin of the word hello, أهلا, أهلا, aloha, hello. It's this, yeah, because it hi, because it comes from Christianity, and Christianity roamed basically a lot of the earth.
yeah,
كانت part. And the linguistic part of this, or the let's say the etymological part of this, is present within theology and linguistics. Tu vois?
yeah.
Anyways, okay, I digress. The second law was more the law of correspondence, la correspondance. يقول لك, as above, so below, as within, so without. Everything that exists outside is a manifestation of what exists inside, and everything that exists above is a manifestation of what exists below. تمام. وش كاين عندنا, for example, هنايا it's loosely tied to mentalism. وش عندك في راسك, تخمام, your beliefs, your visions, your imagery affects how you see the world. It's like basically lenses. If you are angry inside, you will only attract angry stuff. مش attract them, صح, more focusing. على بها people who talk about the law of attraction, they don't really. ايش تكي تروحي تكتبي la loi de l'attraction ولا law of attraction on the internet. Basically, people are explaining it in a very, very wrong way. They only know the tip of the iceberg. I'm not saying that I know it. I know it maybe because I was taught by professionals how this works. The law of attraction is basically machine attracting. It's a law of focus. For example, if you focus on like you are poor. Oh, I'm just poor. I'm poor. You'll only not attract. You focus on poverty. You will go to places that make you poor because you relate to them. You're like, I identify with being poor, so I go there. فهمت ايش حبيت نقول لك؟
Yeah, that's a really interesting way of saying it. Like, تعود تصوصي روحك مع غير هذيك الحاجة تشوف فيها أنت.
Voilà. Yes.
Yeah, that's really
yes. And العباد كي تروحي for example هنا في ألجي عندنا تافورة لاغي تافورة. I always joke نقول لهم بلي هذه بلاصة فيها les meilleurs gens في الدنيا كاع أم تلقاهم هنا. Sarcastic. You find the worst people ever. I'm not judging. I'm just saying this because I'm gonna look like an asshole saying this, but it's okay. You know, we are humans. They say that humans are gods with anuses. Yeah. Basically, العباد who identify with suffering or with being poor, لو كان زعما تمدي لهم a lot of money, they will go back to being poor. باسكو علاش؟ If they are not poor, they will detach themselves from the group think. يقول لك, I feel alone. It's lonely. It's like, I can't connect with people. دوكا أنا كي نبدأ نشكي نقول بلي أنا I'm poor. I connect. It's like there is dopamine released in the brain. Tu vois? وهما they actually do that. They're like, yeah, we're poor. We are victims. And then he feels good. He feels relaxed because he's understood. على بها تلقاي religious groups who are angry and fanatics and they kill people. باسكو علاش they already have trauma and they want to kill people. And they're like, okay, it's not this belief helps me kill people. Okay, let's join this place. Tu vois?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the law of correspondence. وش عندك الداخل وش راك تخمم is a manifestation of outside. وتاني مام the outside can shape our inside. For example انت اذا احنا الى كبرنا عشنا في une famille دائما negativity we're going to manifest that. It's going to happen within us. So the third law is the law of vibration. This is where science gets into it. So I know this law was explained hundreds of thousands of years ago. وش اسمك كنت نهضر على vibration. Yeah, قلت لك بلي هنا the law, the third law explains كيفاش the law. This was explained, by the way, hundreds of thousands of years ago. Literally, these people existed way before the pyramids were built. Well, this is what it says on the book. I don't believe everything they say in the book, because they use a lot of, they say that people, the ones who created the pyramids, they created them using these laws, because they had the law of mental transmutation, which is look up, for example, this is now what's interesting about this. كاين واحد اسمه Graham Hancock. He is an archaeologist. Graham Hancock, he is like the source of archaeology. عبك وش قال لهم, what he said recently, he said that دوكا archaeologists فاقوا باللي when they studied Egyptology كانوا دايما they use their own beliefs to explain stuff. So دوكا they are using a different method. The method اللي راهم يديروا their research with is letting the explanation unfold by itself. كيف veut dire, for example, يقول لك باللي okay جابوا هذوك the big rocks of granite تاع the pyramids, جابوهم بلاصه بعيده وكبار ويطولوا ويضرب 60 سنه ولا 600 سنه باش تبنيهم. yeah صح دوكا وش قال لهم هذوما archaeologists, it's not me. انا فرحت كي قالوا هكذا because it's interesting. It's like I don't believe this, I find it interesting. قال لك باللي باسكو علاش, باسكو the way they cut the rocks is very precise. قال لك باللي they used these laws of alchemy to use sound through mental transmutation to cut the granite, which is crazy, you know, like
what does that even mean?
Like using telekinesis, like lifting stuff with their minds and using magic and all of that. This is what archaeologists are saying right now. For the people that know, go check Graham Hancock and وش راهو يهضر على Egyptology هاد الأيامات. Because he's Graham Hancock.
Okay.
Yeah, he's British. He's an old man. It's just بزاف في البودكاست تاع Joe Rogan, by the way. He's like a British.
I've never seen that one.
سيرمون طاح لك, سيرمون شفتيه هكذا وجهه بالك ما دخلتيش سمعتيه. ابغى نبعث لك اللين وين نهضر على هذا العبسه. اوكي صح.
That's really crazy. المشكل
بزاف.
why this kind of knowledge was not passed through generations?
Because باسكو علاش هما they used to what is written, they used to كان the method تاع learning ديالهم كانوا يعيطوا لها شغل lip to ear, from lip to ear.
Yeah.
باسكو this type of knowledge was very secret. وكي هضرت مع my mentor Brian Baker, غير كي ما درت معاه live, I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't.
هضرنا. He's basically the first among the first people اللي داروا healing modalities in the US, and he worked with Hollywood actors and all of that. He worked with hundreds of thousands of people, and he actually told me وش قال لي باسكو دوكا there is a study تعرفي epigenetics سمع بها. Yeah, they study باللي our genetic code stores trauma and knowledge from our ancestors. We literally have knowledge from our ancestors in our genes, in our DNA. This is what epigenetics is saying these days.
Yeah, what about trauma? Like, do you think that's the case with like Black African American men? Why are they like so hurt? مش هم الضحايا تاع racism itself, but it's like their ancestors.
Yeah, but they are still affected.
Yeah.
Parce que كيما par exemple you inherit the shape of the nose of one of your parents or your ancestors.
Yeah.
You actually inherit the same brain structure and the same nervous system. Literally, it's physical. It's as physical as could be. It's as simple. This is how they explain it for now. So شنو يقول لك it's deeper. كما for example دوكا neurologists they have a theory يقول لك بلي our memories actually are not stored in our hippocampus and nor are they stored in the nervous system. They are stored in the water we drink.
What?
The molecular yeah, they're stored in the water we drink. والماء اللي نشربه stores our memories. Crazy, yeah?
How come?
It's like I'm not sure about this. قريت برك هكذا from an article. They said that it's a theory, and for the people who are listening, go check it out, and maybe later I'm gonna check it out because it's interesting.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true, but maybe. Yeah. Okay, so واش قال لي هو انت قلتي لي بلي the knowledge هذايا وعلاش ما عندناش this knowledge? Because this knowledge is found everywhere. It is just not taught to us كيما راهو in this book. وش قال لي براين بيكر؟ قال لي بلي your ancestors قال لي North Africans and Egyptians قال لي they are closer to all of the nations لهذا knowledge. قال لي انت بدا يهضر لي I felt like crazy. قال لي your ancestors, the people who lived in North Africa, they hid this from the fear of empires and kings and all of that. So it's really secret knowledge. If you understand this, you can operate in the world in the way you want. It's not magic. It takes work. You can literally heal trauma understanding this. This is crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. بس doesn't it like sound شوية زعما like نظرية مؤامرة and shit.
Yeah, I don't like this part of it, أنا to be honest. ما نحبش this part تاع مؤامرة. I don't care. Yeah. It's just that when he said that, it was like interesting. قال لي بلي شغل your ancestors انتم اللي قراب عليكم they hid this from fear because they were afraid. And I don't know. And to be honest, the only thing I care about Dukkha is that it works for me. It helps me to deal with my anxiety. I have tools. I'm learning. It's good. I always go from this concept that the lips of wisdom are closed except to the ears of understanding. Yeah?
Yeah.
So it's better to, just like staying on my lane. صح نفهمك the third law, vibration. Everything in the universe vibrates. For example, the molecules. احنا كي نشوفوا for example العفسة صلبة كنا تبان صلبة نقدر نمسوها هاي هي في الصح في الموند العالم المجهري لي موليكول شو يعيطوا لهم لي موليكول انا نسيت جزيئات فوالا. They vibrate so fast to the point يخلوا هذاك اللوبجي يبان حابس يبان stable. صح شنو كيما باغ شتي كي تدور فرفاره تريها غير تدور وما تبان حابسه at a certain point. It's the same thing basically with vibration. This is why for example كنت تحطي باغ n'importe quoi تحطي نقولوا ستيلو تحطيه في فوق اون طابل pendant 10 ans تولي ما تلقاهش the same تلقاه decomposing. Everything is changing. Everything changing. Yes, and the vibration. This is, for example, la personne اللي قالت le mot vibe. Oh, I like your vibe. They were certainly, and they understood this concept. Because a vibration, what is a vibration? Is going from one point to another, like and a multiplicity of that becomes frequency. What is your frequency? Oh, what is your frequency? You are on the same frequency here. Well, it means you are on the same vibration. the frequency, the vibration. Hence, when we have a vibration and frequency, we have energy. And that was Nikola Tesla. He told them, if you want to understand the secret of the universe, you have to think in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. And this is the guy who invented, I don't know how we call that type of knowledge. Le truc dialogue. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, you see.
What do you call that in English?
وشنو؟
قلت لي he invented
What do I call?
what? He invented what?
Yeah, I don't know how we call that. I don't know the technology he invented. He was a rival to Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison, he literally stole his work. I mean, Thomas Edison stole Tesla's work.
Yeah, ما نعرفش مليح الهيستوري ديالهم. هي شكون who stole?
Thomas Edison stole Tesla's work.
Okay.
Yeah.
ويعيطوا لها en français le courant coupé ولا بلاش. I don't know. I'm bad at physics. I don't know. Yeah. But I guess that the vibrational thing that fear the truth. For example, when you Hanaya, where it gets a little bit woo-woo-y, like when you go talk to someone without them talking, you can feel like, oh, okay, I don't like this person.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. And some say that this is the frequency, this is the vibration. And I don't know. So you know, this law states that the universe is not stable. It is always in entropy. Entropy is decomposition. We grow and we start decomposing. We move, we are moving. Nothing is constant, nothing is permanent except change. Change is permanent and movement. By the way, the word emotion comes from Latin, emovere, which means movement, emotion, energy in motion. This is why they say that anger has a high frequency, and like it depends on the emotion. And this law, third law, the fourth law is the law of rhythm. The law of rhythm is basically rhythm, like, for example, like a pendulum, la pendule, gauche, droite, rhythm. Life has rhythm, has ups and downs. We feel good, we feel happy, we feel sad, we feel happy, and etc. It's basically the same thing. You feel angry, you feel calm. We have disasters, pandemics, and we have peaceful times. This is basically it. You feel anger, and after that anger, it subsides. If you do the right thing, of course.
Yeah, it's like, the Japanese version of yin-yang.
Exactly. Yes, yeah. Yin-yang. Yeah, exactly. And basically, these laws, yin-yang, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Hindus, they all got their knowledge from this type of teaching. So this is the foundation of all spiritual universal laws. Parce que دوكا كان يقول لك أني سرك you are relating it to all religions, to all beliefs.
I am. I really.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy, yeah?
Yeah, it is.
And yeah, I love this, and Shofi, I have something. I grounded this thing in reality. I'm studying look at the nervous system, how it reacts, and breath work and all of that. So I like exploring this, because it's like my world. I like going deep into the unseen. I'm a Taurus, by the way, like imagination and all. I don't know if Taurus they like that. I'm not really sure, but anyways, I am.
So, you believe in astrology?
I wouldn't say I believe. To say I believe is simple بزاف. What I believe, تعرفي le concept of archetypes.
What do you mean by archetypes?
Archetype c'est l'idée تاع كارل يونغ اللي يهضر عليها بزاف، مام جوردن بيترسون يهضر على les archétypes. Archetypes are personalities. Okay. What is the first level of analysis to explain an archetype? An archetype and a personality are the same thing. They are both personality. صح. The second level of analysis is a personality. La personnalité هي شغل behavior، هي an act، une façon اللي البنادم يتعامل بها مع العباد، كيفاش يبوجي، كيفاش يهضر، كيفاش يخمم. هذه هي لا بيرسوناليتي ديالي صح وشنو هاي لك لا ديفيرونس l'archétype archetype c'est une personnalité هي personnalité شخصيه اللي تتعاود ملي بدات الدنيا كما باغ اكزومبل نحكموا the archetype of the hero's archetype. The hero's archetype عنده emotional and belief and behavioral qualities اللي تقدري تلقايهم عند plusieurs personnes. And it existed since the dawn of time. And this is a symbol. For example, the symbol of the hero. And the sword, he goes and kills the dragon in a dungeon, and there is a reward generally. It's gold ولا a princess.
Yeah.
دوكا حنا كيما باغ اكزومبل سيرتو انا ويا كنا we are doing public speaking ماشي public speaking we're doing like we're trying to share this type of thing. We're like sort of activists. I am not that much. I'm lazy compared to you and Rania and the others. But we have the same operation. For example, we have the problem. The problem is the dragon. The reward is the gold or the princess. And the weapon is, in this sense, Instagram is the weapon, is the sword, the Excalibur.
Yeah.
And these are symbols. هنايا when Carl Jung utilized psychoanalysis to bring symbols. ودائما كي قلت لك دوكا bring the symbols related to the law of mentalism. Always. وهنايا وعلاش فهمتك هذه العفسه؟ باسكو the astrological signs are merely archetypes. They are not necessarily tied to the heavens. So they are tied to a specific type of behavior.
Okay.
And sometimes it's, yeah.
But then, how does that relate? Have an archetype? How does it relate to the period you were born in?
Exactly. That's the thing that I don't know how to explain. I don't know. And I have double thinking. And I say I'm like, I think because they are accurate. Sometimes they're accurate.
But then they are accurate. But how?
I don't
tell me to this phenomenon. I don't know.
I don't bloody know. هي شوفي نقدر نقول لك عكس I don't want to sound crazy.
لا راح.
Can I sound crazy? Okay. I am crazy. People know I am crazy. Okay. شتي the law تاع correspondence.
Yes.
It's tied to mentalism, symbolism, imagery, and correspondence. As above, so below, as within, so without. As above, so below, it can also mean our connection to the heavens. And which is crazy. Don't know what's crazy about this. You know, believe the sun at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. حتى 8 6 الصباح ل 8 our body يبدا يطلق cortisol, healthy amounts of cortisol from the adrenal glands.
Yes.
Les glandes surrénales. ومن بعد في الليل كي يجي القمر it helps us to release relaxation hormones كما melatonin. ثم هنايا it's a we can clutch on this. We are actually affected by the stars and heavens. And we don't know, maybe now we know the effect of the sun, vitamin D and all of that, and it affects our adrenal. It's crazy. It affects our adrenal glands, and this is scientifically proven. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, maybe we don't know how other stars affect us. Maybe. I mean, it's a universe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a correspondence.
Yeah. That is crazy, but still, it's not wrong. We just can't prove it yet because we don't have the means to test other stars, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe the stars are. Yeah. They shape our during the time we are born. Like even the moon affects either the ebb and flow, and هذه شوف you're medical student, you know this. قالوا لي بلي it can also القمر يدير المد والجزر ويقدر ثاني يحرك الدم ديالنا تاع الانسان.
I don't know. I don't know this information.
yes, I don't know if it's true. معليش حاب I think après we'll I don't know ندير عليها some research ولا I never got around to it. So it would be interesting if it's
Yeah,
that.
it would.
Yeah. وديجا même القمر even some words are attached to the moon.
Look,
For
listen,
example,
I don't know about القمر بس I know
Yeah.
اللي الجاذبية does تحرك الدم تاعنا. Like we can احنا to manipulate some blood circulation problems in our patients. Like نرقدوهم so the blood ما يبقاش كما يقولوا stuck in their feet. So we use gravity to manipulate blood circulation. So maybe the moon مادام فيه gravity can affect it in some way.
Yes. Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Crazy. Some doctors went out of the box to do this.
Yeah.
I can imagine the first guy who brought this is like, maybe gravity is attached to this. You know, it's
And they probably called him crazy.
crazy. He's like Dr. House or something.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, but basically, I read this somewhere. I'm still not sure. I always like to say I'm not sure because stupid people like information and he's like, yeah, it's true. But then they shame him on social media.
Yeah.
واسمه Ibn Sina, I read somewhere, it was 3 years ago, لا باللي he used actually he used astrology على بها دخلوه للحبس. كانوا يعيطوا له خليفة الشيطان. You know that.
Yeah, I
know
know
that,
that,
Ibn
but I
Sina.
didn't know really he used astrology.
Yes, and now when it's crazy. The guy who discovered these, and they say that in Tao, for example, the Taoist religions, yin yang, يقول لك بلي the liver is tied to planet Venus, the lungs are tied to Mars or whatever. My organs are tied to planets. This is what they say, and I don't know. There is science to prove this. No, impossible.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Yeah, because that's crazy. We're still discovering. We're still human.
Yeah.
And what I'm actually liking about you is that you're opening up the question. You're leaving the questions open, and that's good.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I always say, this is not final. هذه هي المعرفة الحالية تاعنا وين خلتنا نوصل. But it's not final. مش لازم نلصقوا في هذه النتيجة just because الأدلة الحالية تقول بأنها صحيحة. We just gotta stay open, but it can maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I'd love to, and I'm enjoying talking to you, by the way.
Me too.
I'm saying this sincerely because it's like it's open. I feel like البوشون راه مفتوح, tu vois. Can people, I talk to them, I feel like shit, literally. Just want to piss off,
Yeah.
Just want to go. Yeah. So, okay, good. So, لحقنا rhythm وكان لحقوا to the law of opposites.
Okay.
Everything in the world فيه opposite ديالو, yin yang, day night, feminine masculine. Oh, actually feminine masculine are two in the next law. And the up down, and كما قلت لك anger, and the opposite ديالو. Everything has opposites. Yeah, it's moins plus. صح. دوكا the second law, the sixth law, هو the law of gender. هنا كي نهضروا على gender, Hermes Trismegistus وش قال لهم the gender does not mean only the physical manifestation. It can mean the operation. باسكو كلش في الدنيا هذه عنده male masculine qualities وكان فايز عندهم feminine qualities. For example, let's grab planet Earth. the planet Earth behaves in a feminine way. I'm going to explain why.
Okay.
Yeah. For example, planet Earth in all history has been referred to as feminine because it nurtures, it gives us, and it is the seat in which we are nurtured from. So this is بينها. صح.
Yeah, makes sense.
In order for Earth, what do? We plant the seed in the earth. We take care of the soil, and then it gives us life, which are plants. And the plants in the ecosystem are like the basis of the ecosystem. It's like you know, the ecosystem, the food chain, and all of that.
Yeah.
And the relationship between a male and a female, it goes the same way, symbolically. Always think of archetypes symbolically. So the very biological interaction is the man plants his seed in the woman, in the womb, and then the woman and the man take care of each other, and then the baby is born. Life is out of that. It comes out of. So this science, and I'm being very careful. It's this is actually a truth when we think about it. I'm curious, what do you think about this? What I just said, Anaya?
You know, you mean gender roles? هذاك شحال بزقول.
Exactly.
I was going to bring this up في البداية. كنت تقولي everything is male and female. And then what are non-binary people? What's up with them?
وش حاب يقول non-binary؟ جامي فهمت this word.
He means like he neither is a female nor a male. He is nothing. He does not ماهوش an identified sex.
Yes. But if we see his qualities traditionally and related to the laws, how is he? If the person is feminine, if the person is only nurturing, that's feminine. If the person is, how do we say, goal-oriented and wants to achieve things and wants to protect and wants to do this, that's masculine. But this is why in a woman we can have masculine and feminine. It doesn't mean the sexes. It means
yeah, I do agree. And مش غير like symbolically. I mean, it's biological. Like goals and motivation are biologically tied to testosterone. You know, the higher your testosterone, the more driven you are. And this can be true in both females and males. Females who have more testosterone tend to be like having more leadership, are more like outgoing, يخرجوا يتلاقوا, do businesses, and this can be like نقيسوه in a lab, like the مرأة who doesn't want to do anything, and the مرأة who is like a world leader, قيس their testosterone, تلقى الأخرى عندها way higher testosterone than the other woman.
Yeah, it became sort of a physiological reality. Yeah. And I like that.
Yeah, I do too. And I do believe in gender roles, مش like forced gender roles, لكن حوايج biological يجوا in our genes in a way كما هكا. ماشي that society forces them like plastic ليكولينا. No, كاين roles اللي يجوا with your genes, like you need to you're a woman. Your biological job is انك تحافظي على استمرارية البشرية. Alors que a man, his biological job is to protect that process. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. that's what they say. Some people call this divine feminine and divine masculine. Now, when I say divine, came people, I don't believe in God, don't talk about this. No, I'm not talking about God or divinity. Divine is just an adjective because it's like proper to, like the highest degree.
Yeah.
A woman can be masculine, but a highly integrated woman, female, should I say, needs to have both, especially if she has only the masculine and she doesn't have the divine feminine, she's going to be really sad in her life. Because if she doesn't fulfill her biological thing, she's not going to feel good, because the nature is nature. This is what I think we agree upon. This is where أنا نتقلق. ماشي نتقلق. I don't care. I mean, like كنت مع some feminists who are angry and who start shouting. They say, I should not have a baby. I leave that for other weak women. Like, what?
Yeah.
This is actually this is divine feminine.
Personally had an experience of that. You know, when you first تفيق how society is oppressing you and how the patriarchy راهي تخرالك بحياتك وكلش. I had a موقف like that. I just I hated men. I hated anything like that's trying to tie me down, including a baby, because you know a baby is a responsibility. You just kind of have to put it as a priority, which will in a way would affect other things in your life, like your career, your projects. I don't know, it would affect things. مش رح نكذب على بعضنا. بصح with time, you know, تبدأ تدخل in healthy relationships وتلقى هذاك التوافق البيولوجي والأمان who is acting as a man doing his biological thing of protection. I just kind of felt like my biology is calling and I cannot resist that. So in a way, I do want to have a baby.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes. I think because this happened to us. Mom and I used to hate the idea of marriage. Now I'm all about marriage, and like I really want to get married soon. Like, I want to. Yeah, because we work together both as genders. We are complete.
Exactly.
Even the most successful people are married. If you study the most successful people, they are married because they have the anima and the animus.
What's that?
You know, anima, Carl Jung, anima is the feminine aspect in a male, and the animus is the masculine aspect in a female. Yeah, and when they go together, it's just like the yin and the yang. Yeah, it's just like that. Déjà le signe the yin and the yang هو جاي كحل وفيه نقطة بيضاء، بعد الآخر جاي بيض ونقطة كحلة. الأبيض هذا is masculine والنقطة الكحلة is the feminine in the masculine, and الكحل is feminine and النقطة البيضاء is basically the masculine. Yeah, and they work together in synergy. So yeah, so this is the sixth law. It talks about genders. Good.
Yeah, hold
on.
I want to
yes.
You were saying the most successful people are married. I do agree on that. When you are not married, you are fighting your biology in a way. And this takes up so much energy that إذا ما حاربتهاش وخدمت معاها, you can use that energy in other fields, which will promote your success even more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
I stopped fighting my biology a long time ago. I'm not willing to do that again. Exactly. And this is why I stopped calling myself a feminist, because I think feminism رجع everything كانوا يحاربوا فيه. كانوا القضية في البداية كانت محاربة قمع المرأة للرجل، alors que دركا ولات is trying to make a woman superior to a man. This is how I see it. أنايا.
This is why less men are being attracted. So there is no, especially some say, I'm not sure if I agree on this, but some say that now the war صح انقلبت, we have even more and more weak men who
Yes.
are not in their masculine.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's really detrimental. Weak men, you know what it means, a weak man? It's very simple.
I've heard
A weak man, when it comes to relationships, a weak man is someone who jumps from one woman to another. That's a weak man, because now they proved, they didn't prove, but like a lot of communities, they come around the belief, the conclusion, a male, a healthy male, psychologically healthy, integrated, he wants to get married and to get babies and to have daughters and sons. Because someone integrated, he follows. I'm like, you know, the idea of parenting, okay, that's good, I love it, but it doesn't mean I'm ready for it. I love it, I want it, I want to be ready for it, you see.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's in a way we need to get back to the original ways. And for example, I told this to Rania, I'm going to create a man tribe, like we do what traditional men, natural men did in the past.
Yeah.
To enhance the masculine energy with the masculine aspects. كاين a book اللي يحب يقرأ how to integrate masculine aspects تاعك. a book تاع Robert Moore. the book اسمه King, Warrior, Magician, Lover. هذوما, these are 4 archetypes. ايش قلت لك على archetypes are personalities from the past. If you integrate these 4 archetypes, you become a male. There's an aspect for females, for femininity. I think Robert Moore Tani. I don't know, I didn't read it because I read it now. I just wanted to help myself. So
okay,
I
will read the female version ونحكي لك عليها.
Okay, good. Yes, we'll have another podcast and we talk about it.
Wow, like,
sure. Okay, so
you were saying about weak men. I know what I think a weak man is. Well, I think it's like a man who does not take action. He is so passive. And I really believe a man's role is to protect. Maybe to provide, to protect, because anyone can provide. Anyone you can provide for your family. But the sole thing is protection, because women are physically weak. We cannot so in a way she cannot protect her family physically, and من ناحية like emotional toughness وكذا, they tend to be like حنان comparison to a man. So I think a weak man is a man who is passive, who does not protect his family, or even other women on the street يشوفها like being harassed, ما يدافعش عليها or something. That is a weak man to me.
Exactly, yes. And that is the nature of masculine energy. Masculine energy is piercing, and feminine energy is receptive and nurturing, kind of like the sexual organs. Like, exactly, yeah. This is how they point at it. For example, Carl Jung in dream analysis, if a man dreams of like a snake, or a man dreams of a tower, and it means it's directly related to his sexuality. For example, let's study sacred geometry. We have citadels, we have like, you know, cathedrals, mosques, we have وش يعيطولهم synagogues that Jews, temples, they all have قبات هذوك طوال. That actually represents the masculine energy, and the round aspects, which is the structure, round circles, it represents feminine energy. And if you go to northern Californian religions, like, you know, the American Indians,
Yeah.
Actually وش عندهم شوفي هذوك they create a circle with rocks, but in the middle of the circle they have like a rock upon a rock upon a rock upon a rock.
Yeah.
You saw that thing? Yeah. That thing represents fertility, because those rocks that are upon one another represent the masculine, and the circle represents the womb, or the envelopment, the nurturing. Like even a hug is like circular in motion, you see? Like
Yeah.
closes upon. Yeah. So these are symbols, and these are very inherent symbols in our experience as humans. And yeah, what do you think about it? Do you think this is...
when you break it down كل شيء صح كما يرجع توستكشواليتي في الآخر بعد.
Yeah. It's crazy how it happens.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, for me, when I discovered this, damn, the fuck? So it's that simple. Well, it's that simple, literally.
Everything we do is aimed at reproducing the best gene. هذا هو the selfish gene doing its work, and this is why communism never works, because it's not compatible with the selfish gene.
Yeah. Communism is basically, and trust me, I've known some people who are capitalists and communists. I've never seen more self-destructive people في حياتي.
Yeah.
So بالكم يسمعوا, بالك they're gonna listen to this, and they know themselves. And yes, please leave me alone. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's crazy how people, it's like basically laziness. They breed laziness. They're like, yeah, let's become lazy. And come on, man.
Yeah.
They piss me off, Anna. They piss me off.
Me too.
Yeah.
Lazy and يدي في عبد آخر ويقول لك من حقي. This is حقنيات صح.
Yeah.
المهم let's get back to our laws.
The law, yeah. Look at the seventh law. The seventh law is the law of cause and effect, which is simple. Anything that is like a consequence has a cause. If there is something happening in the world, it has a cause.
Yeah.
If there is a consequence, it has a cause. For example, even it's tied to the law of mentalism. Mentalism, why do you have this trauma? Okay, you have trauma. Okay, deal with it with pills. Here are some Prozacs. اضرب لي بيلول هكذايا باش يمدوا لك serotonin or you help yourself. After you get addicted and you may develop another illness because there are side effects. This is why, you know, I'm against medication from psychiatry. So they treat the symptoms, the consequence. They don't go to the cause. And this is why meditation and breath work and yoga treat the cause. So unless you go into the original thought that created trauma, you show your body, you show yourself that, okay, there is no longer the same danger, and then you relax into it, and then you open up for more energy coming. And basically, and when I say energy came the favor. Okay, so cause effect. I'm going to explain the nature of thoughts and emotions. Okay, this is very exciting. Okay. صح. Thoughts are masculine in nature. Emotions are feminine in nature, simply because emotions are in the physical, they are in the cause, they are in planet Earth, in the earth, which is the feminine. It's physical. Emotions, you can feel them. Thoughts are from the metaphysical, which is the unseen, which is the masculine. Why is that? Parce que كي تجيك une pensée, كي تجيك فكرة صح. The mind is around us, mind consciousness. D'accord? Les pensées يجونا من برا. The thoughts يجون من برا. The brain كاين بزاف عباد يخلطوا يقول لك the brain هو the mind. No, the brain is just the filter. C'est juste une machine. صح وشنو العفسه اللي برا is pure metaphysics. The thought, someone says the thought تدخل لك في راسك ومن بعد the brain translates it ومن بعد you start having emotions. So it's the same as sexual intercourse or planting a seed. تدخل لك une pensée تدخل لك في دماغك, it's filtered and then it goes down into the heart area. This is the work basically نحن بدنا نهضر على واحد الكتاب اسمه The Language of the Body by Alexander Lowen. Alexander Lowen قرأ عند فيلهلم رايخ وفيلهلم رايخ قرأ عند فرويد. اوكي كي تسمع ياك؟
yeah.
Good. اوكي صح. وش يصرى؟ كي تدخل لك une pensée تدخل لك to the body. It's like it has sex with the body. It's like it impregnates the body ومن بعد الاحاسيس ولا emotions يولدوا من هذيك لا غرانه من هذيك the seed اللي هي the emotion. This is why sometimes we need to protect ourselves from negative thoughts. صح some negative thoughts are already مغروسين. كاين شجره كبيره of negative thoughts. And those things are traumas.
Okay.
You see the metaphors how they play. Yeah. So thoughts and emotions. So دوك نعطي لك how Alexander Lowen explains this. تدخل لك the thought from the metaphysical which is the masculine because it's the seed. ودوك نفهمك وعلاش كاين نعطيك an example. In the yogic tradition كاين واحد الكتابات هما they originated in the Indus Valley in the Himalayan the Himalayan areas. يعيطوا لهم the Upanishads. The Upanishads هذوما يكتبوا لك يهضروا لك على the divinities and how the universe was created from their perspective. Okay, well I find it من عندهم باسكو it's beautiful.
Okay.
بكري قال لك كانت واحد consciousness, free consciousness before the beginning of time, before the creation of the universe, pure consciousness, pure energy. يعيطوا لها Purusha. Purusha in their language is like a god. واحد نهار a small entity split itself. You can call it you can split. Okay, so this small entity split itself قطعت روحها من هذيك consciousness ومن بعد create the physical world. Well, that physical world is called Shiva. I'm sure you heard about the word Shiva, the Buddhists.
Yeah.
Shiva. Yes, Shiva. Shiva is a goddess of the physical. And Purusha is the god, is the consciousness. عندهم. Purusha is the masculine aspect. It's the imagination. People, this is where people underestimate imagination. Imagination is like the root of everything. You imagine stuff you can create. Not like magic. Pas forcément. I don't know if magicians do that. You can create with your mind. Just like when you create a reality for yourself. You have a belief, you say, oh, this is that. And then you start believing and you create your own reality. And the physical is the body that we can see. My emotions are in the physical. Because how do we feel emotions? The thought تدخل وبعد تهبط to the heart. وبعد وش يصير؟ When the emotion تتغرس قيس the heart. Palpitations, we have fear. Yeah? It's literally, we literally feel it passing through the heart. That's literally the first thing that reacts. It's the heart. Yeah? And you know that the heart now, it's proven in the heart math theory, the heart has more neurological activity than the brain. Yeah, it's like it has a very big, energy. But we start having anxiety. Après, وش يصير? If we suppress the anxiety, if we don't heal ourselves in the moment, the thoughts يهبطوا, or the energy of the thought, because thoughts are energy forms. Thoughts are, for example, دوك نفهمك علاش thoughts are energy forms. كي نقول لهم energy اللي يقولوا لي energy نقول لهم no.
بشرية.
بشرية. For example, a thought c'est comme le fuel. If you are motivated all the time, you have positive thoughts, you will be motivated, you will create in the world. So if you have only negative thoughts, they give you the energy, the opposite energy of what you want to do. It's basically this. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty simple. So thoughts are energy forms. And some people talk about how demons in religions, how demons are actually thoughts. They attack us from the thoughts. So okay, anyways, that's another topic. I don't want to talk about this. So what happens if you let the thought enter your body? It goes into the sexual organ, it goes into the pelvic floor, where you actually create, because creation is in nature, it's sexual. Yeah, it's like we create babies through sexual intercourse, and when the thoughts reach that place, it stops us from acting. This is why a weak man who is not in his divine feminine, he has so much energy stored in the pelvic floor. And for example, there are some exercises that I do, breath work. I breathe and I stretch the pelvic floor. This is, by the way, the work of yoga. This is why yoga was created. It was to release those energies from our body and then control the mind. So when you work with the pelvis, sometimes I do this. I breathe deeply into my belly, and then I start crying sometimes. Sometimes I start shouting and yelling. And no, those are not demons. It's just like the same thing that happens. La même chose اللي تصرى العباد يبداو يجذبوا. شتي العباد اللي يبداو يجذبوا. Actually هذوك العباد يبداو يجذبوا هذوك راهم they are releasing يطيحوا يبداو يزعفوا. They are releasing the tension, the energy from the muscles. Because the muscles they hold on the energy, شتي من داك you're angry but بصح you massage your face and then you feel relaxed, you feel better, less angry. Yeah, it's stored in the muscles. Yeah, and actually Alexander Lowen has what we call bioenergetics. Bioenergetics adoma, they are practices of stretching and breathing and sound that release traumas trapped in the body.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are two ways to heal trauma. It's attacking the body, what is already there. If you have an old trauma, you need to attack it from the body by breathing and actually going back in time. Because consciousness is not tied to time, to the concept of time and place. Consciousness is, for example, this is true because you can go back to another moment in your life, the past. Yeah, it's like metaphorically, this is how it's explained. You can تغمض عينيك تروحي to the past and you have the same. If you go to the past, especially if you have a trauma, your body will react the same way it reacted in 2002, basically. And this is how consciousness is not tied to. Yeah, it's because how is it not tied to the concept of time and place? Because why are you? People يقولوا لي, oh, this is not true. Okay, why are you scared, Maladuka? If you're not in the past, if you're not living in the past, if your consciousness, your mind didn't take you to the past. Yeah?
Yeah.
Like, it's like your imagery. The imagery is taking you to the past. And you need to release tension from the past. So the work that is done for trauma healing is you use visualization. You remember a trigger that happens to you now, but you remember when it happened to you first. The unconscious يمدلك information. Because whenever you relax, it will give you information. It gives you the same topic, the same situation, and then you start healing those wounds. Trauma, I can talk about this literally for 5 hours. I'm sure ما راح نكمل because it's been the 7 years I've been studying this. I'm still struggling with it. These are tools.
I'm really amazed شحال عندك information about the topic.
Yeah, thank you. It's like, you know, I like exploring this. شوفي من اللي نصبح وانا نخدم في هذا العصر trauma. نحن نقول trauma. I'm always doing this. And thank you. Yes, I like the fact that you like this. And I hope
You understand. You should be Algeria's hero.
yeah, I want to. This is my biggest dream, by the way. And I want the people to take some of the names I mentioned. You go make your own research. I'm just a fool. I'm a fool. I'm just دايما نقول people I'm a folk singer of some sort. Like I sing folklore songs that I love myself, and it's for the people to like them or to accept them. The lips of wisdom are closed except to the ears of understanding. It's all right.
Yeah.
So yes. So what we need to do is sometimes وعلاش حنايا we are living in times jamais كنا traumatized to this point. باسكو رانا نخلو thoughts يجونا from all over the world, negative thoughts, ويدخلونا, they literally impregnate our body with negative energy. ومن بعد نخلوها stored there. وعلاش؟ باسكو it's not okay to express fear, it's not okay to yell, to scream, to move. Especially we are living a sedentary lifestyle. I'm pretty sure, Tia, when you work out, you feel good after working out. That's good. That energy leaves your body. Yes, because you're actually releasing that energy that's in you, that's in your muscle tissues. Like your issues get stuck in your tissues. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Yeah, and it's mostly the concept of mind over matter.
No, what's that?
It's like يقول لك the law of mentalism. Like if you are good in your mind, you can be good with the people. Like it's like as within, so without.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a mind over matter thing. And I do cold showers, I mean like ice baths too, and they are good. And I learned through yoga and meditation. There is a guy who's Wim Hof. Wim Hof, who he teaches this. يقول لك باللي if you relax in the cold, you will not feel the pain. وصح بعد وش يقول لك, he makes a joke يقول لك it's mind over matter, but if you don't mind, it doesn't matter, mate. You know. Yeah, it's like, yeah, go about it, do your thing. So there are two ways to deal with our mental health. This is the simplest way. Shofi came very, very complicated stuff I'd like to talk about, but in another podcast I'd love to, because my mind is fried.
Yeah, I think fitness is way or something. بدينا على 3:30.
Damn.
راهي 5:15.
Shit. I'm gonna explain this and we can stop. Okay. Saha. There are two ways. The first way is we practice mindfulness meditation. We become aware of the thoughts اللي يدخلونا and not let them sink in. ما نخليهمش يدخلوا to our body. This is literally why imagination works wonders, because you actually picture the thought and you let it go. You don't. This is what letting go means. It's like the thought comes in and you let go. It doesn't mean oh, let go of this person. But I already let go of this person. They're not here with me. Yeah, well, let go of the thought of this person. Yeah, you see, it's like it's all mentalism. So you surveil your mind. This is the concept of awareness, consciousness, raising your consciousness. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the first way. This is good. This is the easiest way, by the way. I have OCD. I struggle with OCD. You too?
No, I was going to ask you a question. Hello?
Yeah.
I was saying
hello.
Letting go of the thought of that person. Est-ce que you need to literally let go of that person, like shut him completely out of your life?
Okay, well, it's the concept. Use the laws. Think in terms of the laws, as within, so without. The law of correspondence. If the person is present, you should keep away from the person, so you can work with your thoughts, with what's inside of you. So basically, it's display. You can do this.
Yeah.
And yeah, and قلت لكم la première chose c'est you become aware, you raise the consciousness, awareness. Après كاين the deep work. I did a speech اسمه pathos. I don't know if you saw it. You can find it. درنا أنا رامز موشي ورانيا بنكروف.
Yeah.
I spoke about deep work. هضفت على the shadow هذا وما إلى. I basically spoke about this. بصح ما دخلش in details كما دوك. So وش نديرو deep work is finding what is already inside of our body. ندخلو, we heal what's inside, وش تغرس, the seeds, the bad seeds اللي راهم مغروسين, to heal. And then from there we become more aware. So it's as above, so below. As above from the mind, below the body. As within, so without. What's inside and what's outside. Yeah, so yeah, that basically it. That's all I have to say for this, because I bet you can نكمل احنا نزيد نكمل واحد 2 hours more.
This is you were gonna talk about the second method, ولا ها?
Yeah, the second method. The first method is to not let your thoughts, and the second method is to do deep work. And deep work is justement لو كان بدنا نهضر نطولها بزاف. So maybe we can leave it for another time.
Okay, خلاص.
It's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and
I really enjoyed talking to you. It was fun, and I've been honored to have you here. You are such
thank you so much.
a brilliant person at what you do, and keep doing this. And if you guys don't listen,
Yeah. Damn.
so you
Well,
guys should
thank
listen.
you so much. And I enjoyed myself so much. The fact that I stayed for 2 hours talking, damn.
Yeah,
I
this
feel
is
so good.
probably the longest podcast episode I'll ever do. I swear to God.
Damn, I'm flattered. Well, maybe we'll do more.
Yeah,
We'll talk
absolutely.
about
I'd love
3
to.
hours. Yeah, and you are brilliant yourself. And I've been asked to to do lives and to talk to people, but I just didn't feel like it. But for you, I mean, you're chill, you're good. You know what you're talking about. So yeah, of course. Of
Oh,
course.
so sweet.
It's a great pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.